Scott George Floyd, Scott George, Kichi Kichi, Kichima, Kichi Kichi, Kichima, pa, 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 pa.
Say I came up, they gon' say I changed up. Step my game up when you bring my name up. They gon' say I came up.
It's SweetieC, yours SweetieC with lots of love. What's up? How you doing today? I hope everyone is having a blessed day. I would like to welcome all my Noah Hollers and all my new Noah Hollers. If you don't know what Noah Holler means, that means we have no problems over here. We just state our opinions and keep it moving. We have been receiving a lot of support around the world, Black Lives Matter protests, and I personally would like to say thank you for all the support. In this video, I'm going to show you some positive, some critical, and my own thoughts pertaining to the Black Lives Matter movement in Africa. Let's start with a short video that Alicia Aslan made to highlight the Black Lives Matter protests in Nairobi, Kenya.
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now!
For 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor the life of George Floyd and the time that he spent under the knee of a Minnesota police officer.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
And in remembering, we hope we emphasize to our community that we won't stand. We will keep showing up. We will keep raising our voices.
Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
That was a beautiful short video by Alicia. Make sure you follow her on Twitter and show her some love and watch the full video. Next on the list, I would like to highlight some protests in Nigeria. And also Nigeria has a message in regards to Black Lives Matter. So let's hear what they have to say.
Real talk. Real talk.
Nigeria of today. Just like the guy who died in US, he lost a life. Every day we lose life in Nigeria, and they don't want to talk about it. I am a Nigerian by birth. I am a first Nigerian because I never wanted to be a Nigerian. Many of you who were born in the late 80s have seen or heard about the people of Biafra, the people of southern Nigeria, who lost 5 million kids and the world remained quiet up to today. After the Jewish genocide, the Jews lost 6 million people, and the world talks about it today. But we lost 5 million kids, and everything went on as normal. Until today, I tell you, we still lose our life in that contraption called Nigeria. The British created it. So like you guys gathered here today to talk about the guy from the US who died, I still want you guys to lend your voice to your government so that they can hear us and see our pains that we die every day in Africa. So like the people of South Sudan, they got their independence. I urge the world to think.
There are some Africans who try to downplay what is going on in Africa and the enslavement of our brothers and sisters by our own, as well as the meddling from other countries who claim they're there to help, but have never been there to help. It's a lot going on in Africa, and Black Lives Matter everywhere. That is the message, not only in the United States, but it's a message around the world. Black Lives Matter, and the leadership in Africa need to somehow, some way, find a way to extend that invitation to all tribes. It's going to take a lot of work to shift the mentality. I'm not sure what the issue is actually. I just hope y'all can figure it out and we can stop enslaving our own brothers and sisters and stop running to the cruelest white man to provide policies over Africa. That's If we could just start there, that would be a plus for me. Have to show love to South Africa. South Africans are always showing love to United States whenever Black people are involved in any type of protest. And once again, they haven't failed. Not only am I appreciative of Julius Malema and the freedom fighters showing love to the Black Lives Matter protest, more importantly, I'm just appreciative of seeing the South Africans involved in the protests with masks on and somewhat attempting to social distance, y'all. It's a global pandemic out here. I know they're protesting here in the United States, but it's very important to put your safety first and to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves and you have some type of mask to cover yourself, especially if you're in large crowds. So I see that President Adu is in support of Black Lives Matter and in support of the Black Lives Matter protest. Child, let me figure this out. Okay, let me figure out what's going on in Ghana. Now, there's an invitation hashtag Black Lives Matter rioters might want to consider if they don't like their own country. Ghana invites African Americans to come home in wake of U.S. protests. This was a tweet by Andy Brown. It just amazes me how people try to make a good gesture sound bad. It's no secret that things are rough here in the United States. I'm in the United States. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm from Texas, so I'm really overstanding what it's like with a lot of what's going on in the world. Again, I think this is a good gesture. I don't think anything's wrong with him inviting African Americans to come home in wake of the U.S. protests. Obviously, there's some things going on in the United States, and he's just extending a olive branch. That's what's up. I'm sure there are some people that would take advantage of the situation and do it, and there may be some who will not. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't like their own country, or it could mean they don't like their own country. That part is irrelevant. The point is that he's welcoming African Americans. He's actually inviting African Americans to go back home, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so then the Ghana's President Nanu Adu goes a little step further and says George Floyd's name will be added to the memorial at W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Ghana. And he has pledged to immortalize the 46-year-old African American Mr. George Floyd in Accra. This is a good gesture in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, although I'm interested to see what he would do on behalf of Ghanaians in Africa in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as I would like to see and hear their point of view and some of their reasons for protesting. Of course, it was from what's now called Ghana that many slaves were exported to the New World, Ghana rich from the slave trade. Indeed, it was the Ashanti tribe that rounded up and sold most of the slaves. They made a huge amount of money and are still powerful in Ghana. So let's talk about my thoughts in regards to my ancestors. Well, actually, they were sold as slaves. By who exactly, I'm not sure. But how do I feel about that? Wow. The way I feel at this current moment, because it may change, it may change. But at this current moment, with everything that's going on, I would actually, I would like to meet the Ashanti tribe, and I would also like to meet other tribes that did not sell Africans. Although I would definitely have to visit Ghana a few times or anywhere in Africa before I decide where I would want to settle down. You know what I'm saying? Because, child, I'm trying to go to the most stress free location in Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's where I would want to settle down at. And I say stress-free location. Honestly, I don't even know if there's such thing as a stress-free location in the world, especially in these days. And I have criticism at times regarding these presidents, yes, as well as I can also do videos in regards to things I like about them as far as how they conduct themselves in certain situations. I think it's good to have a balance, especially when you're in power, so that you can lead in a manner that's not harmful to the whole community. My vision of a leader is somebody who is willing to help all and who is working towards helping all of those that are suffering unnecessarily within their communities. And yeah, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag ADOS, I am an American descendant of slave, hashtag One Love. All right, y'all, it's SweetieC, yours SweetieC with lots of love from an African's perspective. Now what? Talk to you later.